Today I'm going to be talking about 5 misconceptions about home birth. Hi guys, and welcome back. Sabrina here. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 misconceptions about home birth. Now, as most of you know, I'm really into natural home birth, and I've had already 1 child at home, all natural, no medication, no herbs, nothing. And then I had another, my firstborn was actually born at the hospital, but I did labor at home. And I tried to have a home birth, but was unfortunately had to go to the hospital. But anyway, home birth has a lot of misconceptions. I know a lot of dads especially have misconceptions about home birth, and they really shouldn't be afraid of home birth. And so I just kind of want to clear up some of these misconceptions. And so let's go ahead and let's get started. Also, before we start, let me know in the comments section down below if you have any questions about home birth, or are pregnant and thinking about, or are on the line of, I'm not sure if I want to do it at the hospital, I'm not sure if I want to do it at home. I would love to talk to you about that. I'm not a professional, but I've done it before, and sometimes talking to another mama helps. So anyway, now let's go ahead and get started here. So the first misconception that a lot of people have about home birth is that it's not safe. That is totally not correct. Home birth is not only safe, it is also so natural. You are in your home, you're in your own environment that you are used to, and your body already knows what to do. Now, I know that some mamas, it can be unsafe to have at home, but that is a high-risk pregnancy, and hospitals are great for high-risk pregnancies. That's why they're there, in my mind anyway. Is that if anything goes wrong, they're there to help, and they have all the professionalism for pregnancies that aren't normal or that are high risk. But it's totally safe. One, your midwife is trained in all things birth, and sometimes and most midwives are even trained for high risk situations that sometimes come up and you can't get to the hospital in time. They're also trained for a lot of emergency stuff. So midwives are very well-trained professionals and have been doing this for a long time. Also, trust your body. Your body knows what to do. That's how God designed your body, and just don't think that it's not safe to have it at home because you're not sure about your body. Just let your body do its thing, and it'll do it. And if it doesn't, the hospital is there for that specific reason. But anyway, it is not unsafe. Home birth is very safe. Midwives are trained in all things sanitary. They are very sanitary. And you are also in your home, which you have all your own germs. You're not going somewhere else with other people's germs and things all around you and your baby. And so in that sense, it's way safer to have your baby at home. So just want to clear that up, that it is definitely very safe to have your baby at home. Another misconception is that you can't have a home birth after cesarean birth. A lot of people think that you have to go to the hospital after once you've had a cesarean birth. They say, a lot of people, that you can't ever have another baby at home. That is wrong. You can totally have is what they call VBAC, which is a birth after cesarean C-section. And VBACs are totally safe to do at home. And as long as your body was working perfectly and you have a healthy natural pregnancy, then you should not have anything to worry about. Having a cesarean C-section isn't necessarily going to put you at high risk. Now, it is different because you've been cut open instead of your baby being delivered vaginally. So there are things to consider, but I would just talk to your midwife about it, and if she's not concerned, then I wouldn't be concerned. It is totally safe to have a VBAC at home. All right, another misconception is hospitals are cleaner. I really don't like this misconception because it's totally not true. You're going into a hospital, and yes, they are all trained to be very sanitary. Things are cleaned constantly. But you have to think about it this way. Hospitals are where sick people go. Hospitals are where is a good place for when things go wrong. And a lot of germs are in the hospital. That's something that my mom growing up, she was always very adamant about. She was like, hospitals are not cleaner than your home. If you are a regular person who cleans your house on a regular basis, then you know that your house is not dirtier than a hospital. A lot of mamas, especially right before birth, clean consistently all the time. They have like this instinct to just clean. Now, not everybody does, but I'm saying that most moms do. So your house is normally spick and span before you have a baby anyway. But you're not introducing your baby when born at home to anything like inferior. So inferior germs, wow, are going to be at the hospital. But I'm not saying that hospitals are bad, but I am trying to confront these misconceptions about home birth. So bear with me. But hospitals are not cleaner. They are actually, I would say, more of a dirtier sense. They introduce new germs that you are not used to, and your baby isn't going to maybe respond as well to as being at home. So that is a definite big misconception, not right. All right, and then number 4, the fourth misconception is home birth is messier than hospital birth. This is another misconception that is definitely, it's not right, because home birth, like birth in general, guys, is messy, okay? Everybody knows that, okay? I don't need to go into details of why it's messy. It's messy. But your midwife is trained to clean up and to do everything cleaner. I don't know. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is she's going to make sure everything's cleaned. A good professional midwife will make sure that things are cleaned up after. Now, I know that in the hospital, you don't see a whole lot of the mess because there's so many people cleaning up, nurses, doctors, other people, janitors, they clean all that up for you. And most people have the misconception of, oh, I'm gonna have to clean that up myself. Your midwife is there to help you with that. Sometimes it helps having a doula there where she can help you with not only the birthing process, but help the midwife with cleaning and getting things picked up after the birth. But home birth is no more messy than the hospital birth. It's totally sanitary and it's not that hard to clean up after. Like I said, your midwife is trained to clean up after birth. She's been doing this, well, if she's a good midwife, she's been doing this for a while and knows her stuff. So totally a big misconception there. And the last misconception, number 5, home births and free births are the same. This is not correct. Most people will say that, well, what's the difference? That there's no difference between a home birth and a free birth. A free birth is very different from a home birth. And I'm not saying one is worse or bad or whatever, but home birth is assisted birthing with your midwife. So your midwife is there, she's a professional, she's been doing this a while, she's been trained, and she has all the medical expertise needed. She's there to help. You can also have a doula there, whatever. That is what a home birth is. And she has all the medical supplies, and things have been sanitized. All that stuff is there, okay? She's in charge of that. A free birth is very different. A free birth is unassisted without a midwife. Essentially, it would be like you on your own or with your husband. That is what a free birth is. It's an unassisted birth. And there's nothing wrong with an unassisted birth, but it is definitely a little more high risk, can be, depending on your situation. If it's your firstborn, I would not recommend it because you've never done this before and it can be kind of stressful. But if you're that person, then, whatever works for you. But a free birth is without a midwife, without a professional. It's just you, your body, and your husband. And so that's the difference. So they are not the same in any way. So if you're like, well, a free birth and a home birth are the same thing, so I'm scared, I can't do this on my own. That's not what they are. That's not what a home birth is. A home birth is assisted, okay? You will have someone there to help you along the way. And your husband's there too. So you know, he's there for support, and your midwife's there for all the medical stuff and the professionalism. So definitely, those are not the same thing. They're very different. So anyway, yeah, so those are the 5 misconceptions about home birth. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other misconceptions, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to talk to you about them. And if you've heard of different questions, or if you have different questions about home birth, I would love to talk to you about them or confront them. I am not a professional. I'm not a midwife. I don't know all the answers. I've only had 2 kids, so I really don't know all the answers, but I can try and talk, and sometimes talking, like I've said before, to another mama who's had kids before, all naturally at home, helps. And so I'd love to talk to you about that. But anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. And so we'll see you later. Bye.